Assalamualaikum. In this video, I am going to share with you the second method to set a price, which is cost plus pricing. This method is also known as cost-based pricing. And the cost plus pricing, they just simply add the markup percentage to the cost. For example, if a company wanted to have a 20% markup over cost and the cost of a product was $50, then the selling price would be $60. The way to compute is that selling price equals to, put in bracket, 1 plus the markup percentage and then close the bracket, multiply with the cost. So selling price equals to $60. It is quite simply the markup on cost. So that's the reason why we have it cost plus pricing or cost-based pricing. There are several cost definitions, which is absorption manufacturing costs or variable manufacturing costs or total costs including selling and administrative, and total variable costs including selling and administrative. You notice that the selling price is equal to, in this we have the cost and then another component of the markup percentage, which is actually equivalent to the 1 plus markup percentage, put in bracket, multiply by cost. Now let's look how the cost definition differ from the four. So let's say we have this simple illustration. Variable manufacturing cost was $400, fixed manufacturing cost $250, variable selling and administrative cost $50, and fixed selling and administrative cost $100. If we use variable manufacturing cost as the definition, we simply are going to take this $400. If we use full absorption manufacturing cost, we have to add both variable manufacturing cost and fixed manufacturing cost. It will give us $650, which is the 400 here and 250 here. Add them together, you have $650. If we use total variable cost, it means we will be using variable cost, variable manufacturing cost $400 and variable selling and administrative cost $50. So it will give us $450. If we are using the total cost, the whole thing, both the manufacturing cost and the selling and administrative will be added together to give us the cost. So you see that the cost here, $400, $650, $450 and $800 would depend on how we define the cost. So, there are 3 steps to come out with the price. First, company needs to calculate its unit product cost, meaning it depends on the cost definition. Will the company use variable manufacturing or will the company use the full absorption manufacturing cost, or the company use total variable cost or the total cost? Only then you need to compute the markup percentage on the cost. Yeah. The third, you need to multiply units product cost by the markup percentage to determine the product's selling price. Let us have these examples for retail company. Direct materials per unit $6, direct labor $4, variable manufacturing overhead $3, fixed manufacturing overhead $70,000, variable selling and administrative expenses $2, and fixed selling and administrative expenses $60,000. Management will use the absorption costing approach to cost plus pricing to determine the selling price of the product, and we are going to use the 3-step process. The keyword here will be the absorption costing approach. So we know that definition, of course, will be that and that as well as the fixed manufacturing overhead. Now let's look at the definition. So direct material 6, direct labor 4, variable manufacturing overhead 3, and for the fixed manufacturing overhead we have 7 because we have this $70,000 divided by 10,000 units. Yeah, 10,000 unit because we assume that there is this production of 10,000 units. The second step is to compute the markup percentage on absorption cost. Required return on investment multiply with the investment itself, and then we add the selling and administrative expenses. Why? Because in the computation of absorption cost, we have not included the selling and administrative expenses, and we know that we need to include it when we want to compute the profit. All that we divide by unit sales times unit product cost. Yeah, so we need to know that the markup percentage must cover not only the return on investment but also the selling and administrative expenses. Okay, that's the second step. So now let's assume they have this 100,000 investment and they are able to sell 10,000 units of product each year. The company requires a 20% return on investment on all investments. Now let's compute the markup percentage on absorption cost. Markup percentage on absorption cost would be this return on investment, and this is the total investment of 100,000. This part is the selling and administrative, whereby this is the variables, the 60,000 is the fixed. All that divided by sales of 10,000, this is the selling price. The 20,000 okay, this 20% times 100,000, that's the investment. But the blue part is this 10,000 of production multiplied with the product cost. Yeah, not the selling price, but it's the product cost. So with this, we have the 50% as the markup percentage on absorption cost. 20,000 plus 80,000. 20,000 is the return on investment multiplied with the investment, and this is the component of selling and administrative expenses. Then divide by the cost for the 10,000 units. So we have 50,000. Okay, that's the markup percentage in the second step. Okay, so the last step, because we at the end of the day will be interested with the selling price. So using the absorption costing approach to cost plus pricing, now we have the direct material of 6, we have direct labor of 4, we have variable manufacturing of overhead of 3, we have fixed manufacturing overhead of 7, so we have unit product cost of 20. The markup is on these, yeah. So 50% multiplied with 20, so we have 10, so it's a selling price of 30. So that's a 3-step using cost plus pricing approach. The advantages of the absorption cost pricing formulas as compared to the variable cost pricing formula is that price will actually cover all costs and always will be seen as equitable, and many times company can make a comparison with their competitors. And furthermore, absorption costs used for external reporting. But the main disadvantages of absorption cost pricing is that the price will obscure the distinction between variable and fixed costs. they do not make any distinction at all between the variable and fixed cost. And we know that variable cost will change as the units change, and fixed cost will remain unchanged in terms of total. The The variable cost pricing formula, the advantages is that it clearly displays the difference between fixed cost and variable cost. And furthermore, under variable cost pricing, the company do not require the allocation of fixed cost, and that actually would reduce the issue of cost allocation. And basically, the variable cost pricing is more useful for managers. But under the variable cost pricing formulas, the fixed costs may actually result in prices that are either too low to cover the total cost. Yeah, due to the exclusion of fixed costs, the price that the organization set may actually lead to losses because they are not able to cover the total cost. Okay, now let's look at the third method to set the price. That is return on investment pricing. Let us use this information again to compute markup percentage, and we are given the invested capital of 300,000 and the desired return on investment is 20% with the annual sales volume of 480 units. Okay, first we solve for the income that will result in an return on investment of 20%. So first, it's the 20% multiplied with the invested capital or the investment. So we have the income of 60,000. Cost return on investment is equal to income over invested capital. And let us solve for the unit selling price so that we get to the 60,000 income. Yeah, with this data. So how we solve it, we know that 480 units and multiply with the unit profit margin, we get to the 60,000. The unit profit margin is actually unit sales price minus total cost. You get to the $60,000. So unit sales price minus 800 unit cost is the 60,000 divided by 480. We know for every unit, the profit is 125. So with this, unit sales price minus 800 unit cost equal to the profit of 125. It means the unit selling price will be 925. With that price, we can now compute for the markup percentage. It's the unit sales price minus unit variable cost because they use the markup percentage on the $400 variable manufacturing cost divided by unit variable cost. So it's a unit sales price of $925 per unit minus $400 divided by $400. So we have the markup percentage of 121.25%. And this is a markup percentage on variable manufacturing cost. So let's say there is this one product with the variable manufacturing cost of 200. So the markup percentage would be, the selling price would be 200 plus 131.25% multiplied with 200. And then they will get the selling price.